Virtuous Ladies.
Hi, welcome to the Virtuous Lady. If you're new to this channel, I'd like to say welcome. On this channel, my goal is to motivate, to inspire, and to encourage you by sharing techniques and shortcuts and things that I've learned to help you to live your best life to the fullest. And that encompasses DIYs to help you save money. It also encompasses health and finances and self-care, because we know we need all of these things as well as faith in order to live our best life to the fullest. So if any of these things encourage you, go ahead and hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button. The notification bell also helps you to be notified every time a new video was uploaded. Sometimes it's once a week, sometimes it's twice a week, but it'll just make sure that you won't miss out, okay? So at this time, we're going to be focusing on our fall series. Our fall series 2020, and I am so excited. This is the first time that I've ever really got that much excited about fall. Fall and spring, I don't know about you, but they're my favorite times of the year, because summer, I don't deal with heat well, but I still do the best that I can to enjoy the summer. Fall is when all the colors are changing, the leaves are shedding, the trees are shedding its leaves, and all the pretty colors, and it's just sweater weather. The only thing is just so short-lived. Fall and spring are the shortest seasons of the year. But anyway, we're going to be talking about showing you a DIY on how to do a pumpkin topiary. And I'm going to be showing you step by step how to do that. Also, I'm going to show you the reveal of our my husband's study. All right. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, we're going to get started. These are 3 of the they call carvable pumpkins from the Dollar Tree. And what we're going to do first is cut the strings off. I'm going to pull this little, like a toothpick that's holding it up. We're going to pull that out. Okay, I'm going to be using this Craft Smart in the espresso. His office is going to be on the orangey tone, but I like this because this is a lot thinner, and I don't really want to take away the orange, but because it's styrofoam, you can see that it's styrofoam. And I just want to tone that down a little bit. So I'm just going to put a real thin layer of this. Like I said, I don't want to take away from the orange. This gives it more of a antique-y type look without taking away the color completely. Because these are going to be stackable, I'm not trying to cover the center. Only on the top piece. And as you see, I'm doing elongated strips. It just makes it look a lot more natural than crisscrossing it or whatever. And he is so excited about it. In his study, a lot of times he just do a lot of studying. Watch TV sometime. That's his private spot that he uses to spend time, have that alone time. Now with these pumpkins as well, they do have a seam in it, which I don't like, if you can see it right here. So I'm not going to put that toward the front, and they also have a seam going around the top. But most of them are going to be stackable. And the one on top, I'm going to just embellish it so it's not showing. Now, of course, you can paint your pumpkins any color. My decor throughout the house is different. My porch is more like a muted pastel type colors. My office, I mean not my office, I'm sorry, but our bedroom is going to be a different color. You can take the thing pretty much throughout the entire house, or you can use different colors throughout the house. So I'm just going to pause for a minute and come back when I've got all three done. Okay, this is just some leftover paint that I painted my bedroom. I don't even know the color of this. It's like a dark gray. Right now I just need a color to kind of accent some of these lines. And what I'm doing is taking a small, almost like a dry brush approach. But this going in his office, it's more, less, almost like a masculine, or should I say more of a rustic type. I went ahead and did the other two already. And this is basically what it looks like. By this going on very dry, it dried really fast. Doesn't take long at all to dry. But I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and then I'm gonna start get everything stacked up. In the meantime, this is the vase. I purchased this at Restore, and he had it sitting on the floor and I had some things in it. So this is what we're going to be using actually to stack everything up. You'd be surprised what you can get for little or no money. Very, very inexpensive. So I'm just going to glue this right around the rim of this. They're kind of like a thin layer. I want most of it to hang out. And I'm just going to turn this around. By the way, this is Spanish moss. I picked this up in a crafter square at the Dollar Tree. This again gives it that fall look. Not fall look, but that kind of like a masculine look. I promised them that it wouldn't look girly. And I'm basically just trying to cover the edge up, that's all. I chose to put this on just for a little height, and this is going to be sitting on the floor, not necessarily on the mantle, and which is why I chose to put it in a taller vase. Okay, I think that does it for this, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to clean this up just a little bit. Want it to look a little rustic, so I do want some hanging out. Just not a lot of it. Okay. At this time, we're going to take the pumpkin. You don't use the top, you're using from the bottom. And I don't want the seams to go, these seams here, where it was put together. I don't want the seams to go in the front. So basically, I'm just going to swab it with a lot of hot glue, like 4 dabs. And I'm going to press down. So this makes it like a nest around here. Oh, I need another glue stick. Here we go. Just going to secure it a little better in a couple spots. Even though where this is going, you know, it's not going to get knocked over or nothing like that, but I just want it to be somewhat secured. And I say somewhat because as the holiday comes, I'm going to pull this up. Okay, that's good. And put something else there. Okay, I have a little of this, quite a bit left. I'm going to pull it apart. This is the front. I'm going to put it on the side. Put a little hot glue here. and just have it hanging a little bit. And I'm not putting my finger on this. I got to get some of those tabs that you use for a hot glue gun to put on your fingers to protect your fingers. And I'm not taking this all the way around. I want it to look like it's draping over. That's the look I'm looking for. That's the front. Maybe I should work it from this way. Okay, this is the second piece. I'm just going to put hot glue around the edge. Let's see if I can move this just a little. There we go. I'm going to apply this the same way. Put hot glue around the edge. Line up the lines. And press down. There we go. Okay, what I basically did is just add these two pieces. These were at the top together. I'm going to add a little hot glue just to make one stem. Put a little hot glue on the toothpick and stick it right down in the middle. Now I'm going to take my twine, jute twine. As you see, I too made a mistake. I turned the top one upside down, but either way, this will still work. Put a little dab of glue in the middle, and I'm going to press this down. That'll help secure this. And with the jute twine, I'm going to put a dab of glue around the side just to get it started. And just wrap this around. If I had a thicker twine, I would use that. I would prefer it thicker, but I am going to use what I have. Cut this and wrap it around better. And what I'm going to do is just take this and wrap this around. Put a little glue here and there just to kind of hold it in place. Okay, I'm just finishing up. Just going to poke the inside, any leftover pieces right down in the center. And the part that you're seeing is the back. That's the part that I couldn't see when I was wrapping up. But I'm going to cover that. So the next we're going to do is do some embellishing. What I have is these leaves, colorful leaves. I have some lamb's ear that I picked up from Walmart for $2. Okay, I cut some pieces of the lamb's ear off, and I right now just cut 3 leaves. I'm going to put the bigger leaves at the top, and I'm just going to hot glue them. This is where we are so far. This is something too that was left over. And I think what I'm going to do is pull it apart first of all. I picked these up at Michael's. I already had this on hand. Now I'm just going to wrap it. So I'm going to take this end has nothing on it where I pulled it apart, and I'm going to take it and just kind of wrap it around. Actually, the easiest thing to do is to wrap it around something. And I'm just going to wrap it around my paintbrush handle. And that will give it that curly effect that I'm looking for. This is where we are so far. Okay, I'm using this burlap maple leaf, and it is a little bit bigger than what I need it for, so I'm just going to cut the ends off. And this is what I have. Because this is rather long, and to keep from breaking it, trying to tear it, I'm just going to fold it in half to make it shorter. As you see, the inside of this is wired. What I'm going to do is just take this, lift this up, and just kind of stick it right up under there. And then, because it has a wire in, I'm going to bend it down just a little bit. And I'm going to glue it in its place right there. Push it as close as I can. And that wire right there will help it to bend. Okay, I've done the two sides. Kind of debating on whether to put one in the middle. Okay, I'm going to put together a simple bow. I picked this ribbon up from the Dollar Tree. It is white ribbon, and the color goes so well with the pumpkins for his office, for his study. So basically, let me get this all out the way so you can see. Lay it here, and this is about long as I want it to hang. So I put it here, and I want to twist it. Pretty sure you've seen me do bows before. I'm going to twist it, I'm going to bend it, depending on how long I want the bow to be. So I want the bow probably to be about 3 inches. So I'm going to put it here. Because this is a one-sided bow, I have to twist it. And what you want to do is just make sure that they're about the same size. Bring it to the middle, twist it, bend it over, bring it to the middle, twist it, bring it over to the middle, twist it. Now every time I twist it, I grab it with my hand. Bring it over, twist it. And what I'm trying to do is get 3 loops on each side, which is what I have here. I have 3 on this side, 1, 2, 3, and 3 on this side. When I do my last twist, I am going to cut it. Now I'm only using just this bow. I'm not, a lot of times I add more bows to it. Because the pumpkin is, the topiary is plain. I just wanted to keep it basic. This alone adds a punch of color. So I took just a regular pipe stem, pipe cleaner or Chanel stem, and I just fluffed the bow out, one this way, one that way, one this way. Like I said before, the fluffing is the most important part, and just keeping them even. And that's what's going to make the bow really stand out. And this is somewhat what I'm looking for. I am going to dovetail the ends in the way, as I said, you do that before. Fold it in half. You take the edge. This is the edge, that's the fold. And you just cut up. Cut down. That gives you the dovetail edge. Fold it together. Take the edge, cut down toward the fold. Now this is the bow. What I do in the back, I twist this just to make sure that it's secure. I have nothing that I have to tie it onto, so I'm going to cut it. Take this and just kind of bend it in. It's a lot easier if you do your fluffing before you attach it. And I'm going to need another glue stick. Put quite a bit of glue on here. Putting a generous amount. And I'm just going to hold it in place. As you see, it doesn't matter what color Chanel stem you use for this particular project because everything is covered up. And I'm just going to make sure that this is attached. I put a generous amount, so I want to hold it for a couple minutes. About a minute, yes. And then I'm just going to fluff this out. And this is the look that I was looking for. So the next one you see, I'm going to put the mantle, the fireplace together for a study. And I'll show you the final result. Okay, we're going to start at the bottom. This is that beautiful topiary that we just finished. And I think it came out absolutely beautiful. It's somewhat rustic and it has a like an aged look, which is what I was looking for. It no longer looks like styrofoam. And with the dog ear in there and the burlap leaves, it gives it a masculine look to the fireplace. To balance this off, on this side of the fireplace, this stays here year round. You see the pine cones, and normally what I usually put in here is it's for Christmas decor. So this stays here, so I just put pumpkins. These pumpkins, I got a bag of about 7 or 8 of them from the thrift store, which was only $1. And they're pretty good quality. And I just stuck a stick in there and stuck it inside the styrofoam inside. So that kind of gives it a little balance, something on each side of it. Up on the mantle, this is a lantern, and if you saw a previous video of mine putting together a lantern, you'll see that what I did was pretty much copy this one, except I decided to put a light inside, and this is a flameless light that I got from the thrift store as well. It was brand new, and it just works perfectly in here. And I decorated it pretty much the same as I decorated the one on the front porch. So if you like to see how I did that, the tutorial for that should be in one of my videos, one of my fall videos, and I will link that down below. This is a W that my husband will not part with. That stands for our last name, Williams. So I had to incorporate it. Thank God that it did work well. The colors would fall. So I just incorporated with that. These pumpkins I got, like I said, there were quite a few of these here. And I got those at the thrift store in a bag. I think it was $1 for all of them. And this pumpkin here I got at a thrift store. And I'm telling you, check out your local thrift stores. I got that for $2. This I think was 75 cents right here, the big one. And I got the Bella straw, I should say. I got that from the Dollar Tree. And this is just 3 pieces of garland that I got from the Dollar Tree. And it was enough to string all the way across the entire mantle, to keep it more of a masculine look. And he likes the orange, the traditional orange. So that's what I went with. These picks here came from the Dollar Tree. This thankful sign as well came from the Dollar Tree. It was plain, and I did use some of the brown paint that I used to antique the pumpkins. It has a light in the back too. So he picked that out. That's what he wanted, thankful, in here. And I just propped it up on a vase that I got from the Dollar Tree. So the picks came from the Dollar Tree. The leaves came from the Dollar Tree. And it just gives it that complete fall look. And I'm just going to give you an overview of what everything looks like. The sign that says that this is the day that the Lord has made, let us rejoice, that came from Michael's. At this time, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in, and I trust that you did enjoy. I pray that you were inspired and encouraged to, do a little something around your home. As I said earlier, we do have 3 months, September, October, November, that we can just celebrate the fall and embrace the fall before the winter gets here. So at this time, please feel free to leave a comment. I would love to see if there's any changes that you would have done differently. And also, let me know how you like these fall series. If we got a few more that we're going to be doing before we switch over. And let me know if there's anything in specific that you may be looking for, a DIY that you may be interested in, because I would love to hear your comments. Okay, and that lets me know, what you're interested in, so I know what type of videos to upload or to do for you. It is a pleasure for me to do these for you, and also for myself. As I learn, my goal is just to share everything with you. So at this time, I'd like to thank those for tuning in. Thanks for taking out the time to watch. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And I'm saying bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed. Be safe.